Hi, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. And if you want to share me out, share me out. Y'all, y'all, we here. Thank y'all. I'm trying to get the lighting together. Woo. Testimony we will be going through. Um, I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to do the important testimonies, but all of it is important. The it says here that the prosecution is. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure everybody come in. I know I'm late, but I told y'all I was gonna come live by 9:30, and I'm doing that. I am doing that. Uh, y'all, it's just been a week, child. It's been a week. It's been a week. But I'm grateful to still be part of the land of the living. But it has been a week, and one. It's gonna be Friday already. May gonna be gone before we know it. Hi everybody. Just wait a minute. Hey Risa Cup, how are you? How are you on today? Thank you for coming in. Just give me a minute. We're gonna talk about the West trial. The kids have testified Monday and Tuesday, and the neighbor and Wanda West, which is Trezell's mother, they all testified the last 3 days. I am behind with giving you guys information about this case. I do apologize, but we are here to tell the story, child. So, I know that on Sunday, I had to readily jump off the live. I did end up having company, y'all. And for the last 2 days, I really just been doing life, kids, what else I've been having going on? Therapy, haircut appointment, um, and just schoolwork that I need to get my life, like I need to learn how to manage my time better. I definitely can say that need to do that. Yeah, girl, child, and it's out like it gets worse. It don't get better. It gets worse. Y'all, hold on a minute. My it get worse, child. It don't get better. I know I would. Y'all, I know you laughed hard, did you? Girl, I was so bad. I ain't like usually I don't get mad like that because I try not. I want to be a non-confrontational person. But hey, hey, Trisha, how are you? I try to be a non-confrontational person because I don't like conflict. But the way that that man acted like a jerk towards me, oh, he acted like a complete jerk. And I did, that I saved my receipt and I did do my complaint. Um, so take it the way you want to take it, but he um they got this stuff all out of whack. Hold on, y'all, just give me a second. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna try to just jump in here. This is a interview with one of the neighbors of Trezell and Jacqueline West. Um, he's on the stand talking to prosecution. I don't know how they got this, but we're gonna try to decipher. And if I miss something, I'll go back. So it's I'm just waiting. Let me see who all that came in. Um, I know I can't let evil prevail. No, I cannot. Um, you eating your barbecue rib sandwich? Okay, okay to the rib sandwich. Okay to the rib sandwich. Cause child, I had tried this new recipe from um somebody had posted it's this recipe from some recipe from I seen on Facebook. I tried that you just use ground beef, rotini sausage. It's like an $8 meal, child. The cheapest meal I didn't purchase. I mean, I didn't basically um done found. I'm trying to find where it starts at. Let me see. Okay, y'all. Um, hold on. Let me just take this off the screen. Let me take this off the screen. Trisha said, "Yes, I made it." Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the right stuff up. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to where it starts. I don't know how they started this, but Y'all, um, let me just go back down. So they're speaking to one of the neighbors at Trezell that had a camera that was kind of like pointed towards Trezell and Jacqueline West's home. For what I'm reading, we're gonna just read through it right quick through that part because we got to get to the children in Wanda West. Um, because some of this stuff that like Jacqueline, I think Jacqueline is the problem. I think Jacqueline is the problem, y'all. I'm not looking at no comments right now, so give me a minute. Um, okay, so we about to get into the content. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get through it. I might just be on here for a minute, but I'm gonna try to get on down and try to get to the kids at least, the end of the kids, because y'all, um, no kids should suffer. Children shouldn't suffer like this, and for their parents to, do them like this, it's for them to have to testify against their parents. It's sad. It's sad that the kids had to testify of what they experienced, with the kids. Um, so give me a minute. Now I'm gonna press back because I'm not gonna. Okay, so okay, everybody. So this is what I have here. This is on Twitter. It starts by saying that court is back in session and Raymond Hernandez has been called um, to the stand, and he lived at the home of Aspen Avenue at the time of the boy's disappearance. Um, it says Hernandez, this shit, oh Lord. Says here that Hernandez had pointed out his home on a map displayed in court. He had a surveillance camera on his home. So he had a surveillance camera on his home. Hernandez had described what he could see through his camera at his face northwest of the West lived in the house across the street. Um, It says here the footage shows the West white van leaving, then returning, Hernandez said. The footage also showed that he saw didn't show children walking in the street. The camera shoots continuously. The officers did not request him to download the footage and did not return to get it. Hernandez said the footage is stored for a year. He said law enforcement never returned. Hernandez said he doesn't have any storage footage from that day. Smith ended his questioning, and Torres Stalling has begun her cross-examination. Hernandez said that he was not aware that his wife and Jacqueline West talked occasionally, or that his wife brought them cookies after um, after the children were reported missing. He testified he and his wife talked about the West being odd. Torres Stalin asked is asking Hernandez to describe the officers who went. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up. Can y'all see it? Because I'm just going through it. It says here, Torres Stallings asking Hernandez to describe the officers who went to his home. He said one was slim, tall with hair and no beard. And he said the other officers was a little more chunky. Both were white. Hernandez testified he believed one of the officers wrote information down. He believes they were in his home between 5:30 to 6 p.m. Hernandez said he can't recall if officers asked to see footage taken before the van left. Hernandez testified he doesn't recall seeing Jacqueline leave the home with her dog and walk down the street, or seeing Trezell West return and stand in the middle of the street. On April the 19th, just last week, an investigator spoke with Hernandez, and this is the first time he talked about the footage. No one asked to look at footage from December the 19th, and he didn't view it, Hernandez said. He asked about his comment that the West ran when they saw him. Hernandez said he was outside painting his gates days before the disappearance. Torres Stallings is showing an image of footage taken by another camera showing both the West house and Hernandez's house across the street. She asked about the next door neighbor. Hernandez said he talked to the man a few times. He asked if he ever saw the man carry an AK-47 at night. Hernandez said no. Prosecutor Eric Smith objected, and Judge Beamer sustained the objection and ordered the answer stricken. Torres Stallings asked Hernandez about a person seen walking into an enclosed area on his property on December the 19th. Hernandez said this is the first time he's seen this footage and he doesn't know who the person is. Hernandez said he doesn't recall seeing the West go into the van on December the 19th. He said he worked from home at the time. He asked how many times he saw the West outside in December of 2020. Mr. Hernandez said maybe twice, maybe once in November, and couldn't recall in October or September. He said he didn't recall the exact date the West moved in. Torres Stallings ended a cross-examination, and now Victor Nassar, one of the attorneys for Trezell, is questioning Hernandez. Hernandez said he only sees the lot to the west of the West home from his camera, not the right. The camera captures half of the garage and the left side if you're facing the house, Hernandez said. The officers didn't ask for any updates or surveillance footage to view from September to 2020, only the one day in December, Hernandez said. Hernandez confirmed that he was contacted by a detective on April the 19th, 2023. Before then, the only time he spoke with officers was the night they came into his house in 2020. Question Nasir, question the end. Hernandez said there was some footage the officer reviewed that included daylight hours as well as night footage. Hernandez was excused. Court is in recess. Thomas has been called to the stand. He's a sophomore in high school. So let's see what he's talking about. Hold on, y'all. So it says Thomas testified. Okay, so let me see. Thomas lives in foster care. He's been there for 4 years. He had brothers in the system. Oh, let's get into this. Thomas said he was 4 years old, 4 years older than the others. Thomas testified he was in foster care in the apartment of Trezell and Jacqueline West about 6 years ago. He identified the West two other adopted children as ones he lived with. It's the West older adopted children, not Orrin and Orson. Let's get into this. I know. It says here that Amani Thompson said he lived with the West for about a year before he moved to his aunt's house. And I know he was praising God that he did. Because Jesus, He said he also met the West's biological children. Thomas said Jacqueline West would scream at the adopted children, hold them down. He said she would grab the children around their neck and wrap around and wrap. Read this shit. Hold on now. That she done made me mad. Y'all, now let's just pull this up. Says she wrapped her legs around them to stop them from moving. Mm-hmm. Bill said that has displayed the photo of Thomas demonstrating the whole Jacqueline West would put on the older adopted children. And that was before Orrin and Orson came into the. She just wanted to. Let me just say this, and I done said this several times, y'all. That woman did. She wanted to be like her mother because her mother had adopted children. Her mother was taking in these foster children, but she was abusive to the foster children. She just wanted them for the money. She didn't want them for nothing else. She didn't want to raise them as their own. And I know this dude is grateful. I know that he is grateful. That he was gone. He said Smith has displayed a photo of Thomas demonstrating the whole Jacqueline West would put on the older adopted children. This was before Orrin and Orson were adopted. Thomas said she would get annoyed with their crying. Thomas said he would get mad because he couldn't do anything. An arm around will be placed around the child's neck, and she would interlock it with another arm, then put her legs around the child and tighten the grip so the child couldn't move. See, she the problem. She is the problem. She the problem. She the problem. I don't care what nobody say. She the problem. So it says here the adopted children were young at the time, Thomas said. He said he was regularly told to stay in his room. He said, I don't even know, Thomas said, as to the last time he saw the adopted children he lived with at the West home. Smith ended his questioning, and Tori Starling has begun cross-examination. I can't stand her in her demeanor, her talk. He said at the time he lived with the West, he had enough food and clothing, Thomas said. Just because you provide a little clothes and a little food don't make you a good adopted parent. Tori Stallings is referring to incident that occurred in the home of Thomas' birth mother. Thomas confirmed the incident and why they were removed from the home. Asking about discipline, Thomas described Tori Stallings as if Jacqueline held the children from behind. Thomas said yes. He said she screamed at them and did endure it for an hour. Thomas said that this happened multiple times. He said he did not tell law enforcement it happened 40 times, which is what the report says. Thomas said police wrote things he didn't say, and he's going to have to chat with him later. The last time he saw the West's older adopted children was 6 or 7 years ago. Thomas said he told his aunt about the discipline the West is used, but didn't tell social workers. The first time he spoke with law enforcement was about it was April the 7th of 2021. Thomas said he previously seen information about the West case on the news. Towards Stallings finished her questioning, and Nassar has begun questioning him. When living with the West, he had his own room, bed, belongings, Thomas said. On redirect, Smith said he didn't talk to social workers about what happened because he doesn't trust them. He said they lie. They will. Corrections, Thomas said he didn't talk to social workers. He's being questioned by prosecutor Eric Smith. Thomas said the chokehold used by Jacqueline West would last from 5 minutes to an hour. Thomas has been excused. Jeez. Jacqueline is the problem, y'all. Trezell, he just a henpecked man. Exactly. Exactly, Trisha. Let's read it. Let's get into it. So it says now one of the West's adopted children has been called to the stand. The child is 10. He said he knows the difference between a truth and a lie, and he's in the 4th grade. He said he likes to play with Legos. He likes math at school. He lives with his three brothers, the other West children. He said he doesn't know the name of his adopted parents. He said that Smith is displaying photos of the apartment on Casa Loma in Bakersfield and the house in California City where the 10-year-old used to live. Bakersfield, but he doesn't remember when they came to live there. He said both Ori and Orson were nice. They played together with little toy blocks. The child said he was homeschooled in the apartment. He said the 10-year-old said they moved from the apartment to the desert. He said he also homeschooled in the house in Cal City. The child said he remembers going to the house and they were cleaning the house. He said he thinks he helped carry boxes in. The child said he would play tag in the backyard or play with the dogs. The boy said Oren and Orson were among the children living with them in the house. He said he doesn't remember how long Oren and Orson lived there. The child appears unsure of some of his answers. When he first entered the courtroom, Jacqueline West had a small smile on her face. Court is in recess. Now, woo. You read what Elizabeth Gregory said. She said, just because you have food and clothing means nothing. In this case, yes, we all need, but that doesn't mean you're fully cared for as a child. No, that don't mean that necessarily. So, y'all, let me get some more stuff up here. And Elizabeth Gregory is right, and I hope I'm not doxing her, but let me find the rest. Just give me 2 minutes here. But what do you guys think so far with all what we know? We do know, hey, Miss Mary, how you doing? We do know that, yeah, he is just as guilty, Reese. I definitely do believe that he is just as guilty. And I honestly do believe that Jacqueline should never have been adopting children if she didn't have patience for children. I honestly, if she don't have any patience for children, then she should not have been adopting children, especially small children. Warren and Orson were babies. And then y'all, we know for a fact that those kids cried a lot. So she probably was hollering and screaming at them kids, making them work. Well, that's good, Miss Mary. And that's what it all's been. welcome, Miss Mary, and everybody. Just give me a second. Let me take this off the screen, and they're gonna finish up the interview with the with one of the. Okay, so let me finish this. I know that a lot of had came out in the last 3 days, and they're saying prosecution is getting ready to rest, and defense is gonna come up. So, but my thing is, Torres Stahl is mentioning the incident with the biological mother that has nothing to do with pertaining to how he lived his life in Jacqueline and Trezell's home. She's just trying to discredit him. It doesn't discredit that this woman was abusive. It seemed like he shouldn't have been there either. That's what it sounds like. Hold on, y'all. Uh-oh. Oh, it took me all the way back. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get all my stuff back. Jeez. Gee whiz. Hey, Jamal. Go cut off right my phone. Cut off the alarm on my phone. There you go. Jamel, go get my phone, please, son. In my room. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to find where they came after lunch. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to. So court went to recess about 1:30. Um, I'm trying to get to where this is back in session and all that. So y'all give me a minute. Um, I'm gonna have to go find I have to go back, y'all, because that's the only way we can understand everything that has been brought out in trial. I understand I need to have my stuff together, but we'll catch up. We'll catch up. Trust me, we gonna catch up. I just want to make it through the kids' testimony. The kids testified Monday and Tuesday, and when I say Tuesday, testimony from what I was reading was very heart wrenching because one of the children, I shouldn't reveal it, but one of the children found, I think it was Oren, face down on the bed, or and Jacqueline and Trezell covered up the murders, the deaths of the baby. And then when they moved to Cal City, they got rid of the other little boy too. And I don't know why they got rid of the other little boy. I don't know why they got rid of the other little boy, Orson. But they did. And hold on, Mr. Rogers trial. Just give me a minute. It's a lot to, and then we need to go over Ashley Penny. I'm not gonna go over hers. No, we went over one. I'm trying to get to the children. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to get there after lunch. I bet you, the little Thomas guy. I bet you I bet you he's grateful that he stays with his aunt. Some kids don't just stay in foster care. Some kids actually, family actually take them in. I'd rather, what I'm saying, if you are a family member, there's nothing wrong with taking them in and trying to keep your kids out of foster care. Because what they're in there, they're in the home. And that's one thing I do not, you know, ain't nobody worth um taking, losing your freedom about or your children. So okay, y'all. So we went to lunch. We about to get to it. I think this is the one that said that he liked it when Like they kept the kids in the house all the time, y'all. Like these kids never got to. The kids never did to get to go outside or nothing. For some reason, Jacqueline, I don't know how they're gonna come up with evidence though that hold on, y'all. I hate this Twitter crap where we could just go. Okay, courts in recess. Go back up. Shootings and firearm. I know I should have went live yesterday or the day before, but child, time it ain't enough time in the day. Okay, so we back from we back y'all. Yep, you do. You do. You definitely do. Yeah, you do. No, the children did not have any life at all. So y'all, let's go through this, and then I'm gonna try to be brief as much as I possibly can. Now, if she don't have any kind of patience for the children, so that's why they don't really like, the sick with for the 16-year-old boy to say, hey, like when I was staying in her home, she used to. He didn't say Trezell. I wouldn't be surprised. I might be wrong. They may not get the same amount of time. They may not get the same amount of time. I might be wrong. Well, I won't be surprised if Jacqueline gets more time, or somebody got to take something. They trying to get it's gonna be something. I don't want to. I'm gonna read a little further, but let me just read. It says here. He says when the officer asked if he knows, so they're watching the video. Um, they're watching the video, and the little boy, the officer asked the little boy, one of the West children, does he know right from wrong? And he said he knows it. Does he know it's wrong to hurt somebody? And asked what happened at home when he does something wrong. The boy says, we miss out on stuff like cake. Um, so it says here that I ain't gonna go through that. I ain't gonna do it. So excuse me, y'all. It has resumed. It says here that the video ended. So it says here the child was shown the photo of the West apartment in Bakersville. It says here the West moved to Cal City in September of 2020. And he said either the West or one of the biological children told him Orrin was staying at Jacqueline's West mother's house. But see, this is the crazy thing. Now let's go back to the mother's testimony, y'all. Let's stop right here. You in the mother's testimony, she said, mm, she done lied on this stand, child. She need to take. They need to throw the mammy. They need to throw the mammy in jail, or the mammy didn't know that Jacqueline lied. Jacqueline and Trezell lied on her. Um, she down the baby saying that he went to Jacqueline's mother's house. Jacqueline's mother saying that her and Jacqueline didn't have a real, they had a kind of like of a strained relationship, and that she really didn't get to see the boys like that. She seen them on camera, but she asked to see the boys, but Jacqueline really didn't show the boys. Now, y'all, if we need to go back in testimony, we'll go back in testimony. But the ones that's been here, y'all know what I'm saying is absolutely true. I don't really forget nothing that was said. The mother, Jacqueline's mother, stated that her and Jacqueline's relationship was strained. She hardly ever seen the children. Say if I said it, and for them to say that this baby is with at Jacqueline's mother house, you know that this is a lie. And if I was on the jury stand, I'd be thinking like, hold up now. It says here the little boy asked, the boy said that he doesn't know where Orson went, and then asked Trezell or Jacqueline where Smith ended his questioning. So Torres began her little cross-examination. Yeah, her little cross-examination. And Torres Stoller asked how many times the boy has talked with Smith. He said he thinks 4 times. And see, I'm gonna read on. It says here, Torres Stoller asked the boy what he was told he'd be doing today. He said to tell the truth. And he said that Torres Stoller had asked if the boys were given anything to read before coming here today. He said no. Y'all, this what pissed me off with her. She gonna ask this little boy, was he given homework? Something like homework. She asked the boy during trial, because I was listening while I was walking. She asked the boy, hey, James Guy, how are you? She asked the young boy, did prosecution give him homework to look over? And he was like, huh? Homework? She was like, like homework, like you had to read something and study over it before you come over here. And I'm like, lady, the little boy done said no so many times. When are you gonna move on? Ain't nobody trying to force these kids to say nothing. These children can sit here and say the truth. I'm stubborn. No, it have made me. This Stallings lady. She's a no for me. I'm gonna say that. Yes, this is the same little boy. She did ask him why no one told him to he said no one told him to refer to the West as Jackie and Trezell. So Torres Stalin said when he previously testified, he called Jacqueline West's mom and Trezell dad. He said, but sometimes he just, because I was listening, he was like, well, I just call him Jacqueline sometimes, and I call him Trezell sometimes, but that's just what I call him. And he said, Torres Stallings asked, did anyone tell you not to look at them? And he said, no. He said the boy said that he hasn't seen them in a long time. The boy said his favorite memory of Jacqueline when they moved to the desert. Torres Stallings showed him a photo, and he said he remembered it. He said they sometimes went on picnics. His favorite memory of Trezell is when he made bread, and I remember him saying that. He said and then she'll ask like, well, why do you think that that's your favorite memory of Trezell? And this is what he said, because it was good, and that's exactly what that little boy said. And I'm like, lady, come on with your question, because come on with your question. It says here, Trezell wiped his eyes, and attorney Victor Nassar handed him a tissue. See, I don't think Trezell was the problem. I honestly do not. As I'm going on in this case, I do not believe Trezell was the problem. Basically, but he's saying everything. Sometimes the little boy said, Sometimes he said, and sometimes he just said no, or I don't remember, or something like that. A lot of the times the kids said they don't remember. It says here, Taurus Stallings is asking about Christmas and the toys they received. The boy said Oren and Orson helped decorate the Christmas tree. He said he asked about the arm that he had that was broken, and he said he had a cast and drew on it. He said it happened a long time ago. The boy said he started referring to the Cal City area as high desert when he was placed in another home after the West. The boy paused and said sometimes when asked about other children he lived within a foster home with after West, he said sometimes they hit him. So the West biological children. She was asking about the he was saying that the West biological children are mean to him and hit him. But he said the children that are in foster care or the other adopted children were nice to him. I know. He should have told his wife because she got him in there. She got him in there, child. He just simple as that. It says he asked by towards the boy. The boy said Orson. She did ask this young boy, the 10-year-old, was Oren and Orson in the van when they went to drop them off to Wanda West and the grandparents. And he said there was other children at his grandmother's house, but Orson wasn't there. So it says here that she finished her cross-examination, and now Timothy Hennessy. The boy said when they first moved to Cal City, they slept on the floor because the bunk bed hadn't been built. Hennessy finished, and Smith is again asking questions. The boy said he don't remember if he also slept on the floor at the Bakersfield apartment. The child has been excused. So it says court was in recess for about 15 minutes. I swear in court, child, court be taking a lot of breaks. It takes by 9 or 10 o'clock to get started. They take about a 15-minute break after an hour. Then after 2 hours, they take an hour lunch. They will be prolonging these trials, child. Y'all don't need all these breaks. So it says court is back in session. It says here the boy is 8 years old. He's in the 3rd grade. He said he knows the difference between truth and a lie and answered a couple questions showing he knows the difference. So this is another little boy. He said math is his favorite subject, and he also liked reading. He is shown a photo of Trezell. The boy said that's his dad, and showed a photo of Jacqueline. He said that's his mom. He said he did recognize the photo of the apartment building in Bakersfield where he used to live. He said the boy said he used to play games with Oren. He said he didn't play with Orson because he was in another bedroom. The boy said Oren and one of the West's biological children slept in his bedroom. The boy said he doesn't remember if Oren and Orson ever got in trouble and said no when asked if they were punished by his father. The boy said he doesn't remember moving to the house in California City. He said the outside was his favorite part of the house because he could play outside. He played with the dogs in the backyard. The boy said he didn't remember who stayed in which bedroom in Cal City. And Smith showed some photos. It says he showed a photo of one of the bedrooms. The boy said it was his, another of the adopted children in Oren's room. He said he saw Oren sleeping there. And he said Smith asked the boy if he remembered Oren and Orson moving with them. No, the boy said. He said he doesn't remember who moved with them. So it's like the children don't remember. One was that, initially, let me say this, one made it to the home and the other one did not. And so I don't know what, Chris, if you're listening, you may be right about one of the boys being sold off. Chris mentioned that one time in the live, and it could come out to be true, or they did something to One ended up going. Because I want to kind of fast forward a little bit. One of the children did end up going to the Cal City home, but in the middle of the night, or maybe a week later, they got rid of that child. But one of them died in the apartment. Reese said he better try and get a plea deal. Child, you better get it before they do this verdict. Um, it says here the boy said he didn't go to school in the high desert and doesn't remember a classroom with a sliding door. Previous testimony has indicated the West children were homeschooled. The boy said he remembers going to his grandmother's house around Christmas in 2020, and he went there in the van. He said he doesn't remember where he sat in the van and doesn't remember who was in the van with him. Child, you know who was in the van with you. Smith is going to play the video of the boy interview with the police. The video is playing, and Smith stopped it to fix a technical issue. They this raggedy video recorder that they need to buy a new one. I'm just so sick of it. They need to buy a new one. Smith has gone back to asking they need to buy a new video recorder. It ain't working. Y'all been ever since the beginning of this trial. Y'all been using the same video recorder. Get it another one. Smith has gone back to asking questions of the boy. The boy said Orrin Orson moved to Cal City and stayed with him, but doesn't remember for how long. The boy has answered, I don't remember too many of the prosecutor's questions, so he just don't remember nothing. The boy said he recalls testifying previously, but doesn't remember how long ago it was or being asked about Orrin and Orson. Smith asked if he remembers saying Orrin Orson left one day after they moved to the desert. The boy said he doesn't remember saying that. And now Smith is now playing the interview video. It says here, if the boy says they miss out if they do something bad, on what good stuff, he said. So what is the good stuff? So they do something bad, they just miss out on the good stuff. So I guess baking bread and stuff like that. I guess. Reese, don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It says here the boy say he lives with his dad and brothers at the Cal City House. He doesn't mention Orrin Orson, but named the other brother. It says here when they traveled in the van to his grandmother's house, his parents, he and his brothers were in the van, but not Orrin and Orson, he said. The boy says both Orrin and Orson moved to Cal City House, but then they left. He says they were only there one day, and he doesn't know where they went. So he said the kids came there one day, and then he don't know where they went after that. See, all kids gonna have different testimonies. So then the video has ended. So this was in the video. Asked by Smith, the boy said he remembers the error and did the best to tell the truth. He said he doesn't remember what he meant by saying Orrin and Orson were only in Cal City one day. Smith ended his questioning, and Tori Stalling has begun examination. She asked the boy some quick, easy questions, including what he had for breakfast and lunch. She can't come up with no other damn questions. Says his Tori Stallings asked who else was in the car that brought him to court. He said, my brothers. He said he was told he will be coming to court on Monday by prosecutor Eric Smith. The two biological children and two other adopted children were brought to the courthouse together. The boy said he doesn't remember how long ago he testified. And he said, I don't remember, the boy said, when he asked him to say something good about his mom. He make this stuff up, boy. These kids can be a trip. Do you hear me? These kids can be a trip. He just said, I bet you they told him, if you don't know something, just say, I don't remember. If you can't remember what good, The good things about your mama. Hey, rooted in essentials. I'm just recent. I'm just saying. Hey, rooted in essentials. I don't know. Woo, Lord. I'm just saying. He said, I don't remember. Now, you don't remember. That means that she was the problem. Let me go back to these comments, y'all. I bet y'all like, Mom, you so silly. I am. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Rooted in Essential Oils, please. I don't know what they bring Trish, but if he said he don't remember, I don't remember. The boy said when asked to say something good about his mom. Jesus. On the questioning by Tori, he said he remembers her cooking for him and his dad playing with him. So he said he remember her cooking and him, the dad. It seems like she's going to be the problem. I do honestly. Woo, Lord have mercy. What you supposed to be doing? Go in there and do what I asked you to do. Woo, Lord have mercy. It says here the boy said Ori and Orson were at Cal City House for a long time. Um, the boy said everyone, including Ori and Orson, helped put up the Christmas tree. Um, he said Ori and Orson slept in a bedroom in Cal City. She finished her questioning. The boy has been excused. So it says here one of the West biological children has been called to the stand. Each of the West children has shown up wearing a collared white shirt. The boy is 9 years old. He's in the third grade. His favorite subject in school is writing. He identified the West as his parents. He said he remembers living in an apartment in Bakersfield. Lord, poor children, they just got to go through all this. Um, so it says here. So it says here that the boy said he doesn't recognize a photo of the apartment complex where the West live, but does recognize a photo of the house in California City. He said he doesn't remember what room he stayed in or what it looked like. I don't know what's up with these children. Asked who lived at the house, he named the West and his brothers, but didn't name Ori and Orson. So every when asked, y'all now check this out, y'all. When they asked the children, English writing is not a subject, but he liked to write. He could just say English. English is a subject. But I'm noticing it's a pattern that when they ask everyone who was at that California City house, they mention everybody but Ori and Orson. That is a pattern with the four children. Well, the three that we don't listen to, the 2 or 3 that we don't listen to this far. Smith is asking the boy about bunk beds and who slept where. The boy said he slept in the middle bunk. The boy testified he doesn't remember Oren or Orson. The Smith displayed photos of Ori and Orson. The boy said he doesn't recognize them. Lord Jesus. The boy said he doesn't remember going to his grandmother's house. Child, these children, Lord. That boy, well, it's been 2 years and he was like, Sam. He doesn't remember going to his grandmother's house in December, being there when police showed up or talking to police. He's just a baby child. Smith is going to play a video of an interview police conducted with the child. The video is playing. The boy kept rubbing his face and fidgeting in his seat. The officer answered his phone during the interview, then goes back to questioning the boy. He starts answering some questions, says mom and dad taught him right from wrong. He said he came to his grandmother's house a few days ago. His parents were in the van when they traveled there, and so were his brothers. He gives their name, but doesn't name Orrin and Orson. As who lives with him, he doesn't name Orrin Orson, but does say they lived in an apartment in Bakersfield. That's why they didn't move to the house in Cal City. The boy says because they were crying a lot. And he said his parents told him that. What? Y'all read it? Yeah. He said his parents told him the boys went back to where they used to live. And y'all just the boy said he didn't like having Orrin Orson at home because they cried. Probably because of Jacqueline vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing about children, smaller children, baby, it's a vibe. It's the vibe. Let me say this: if you have smaller children, I have smaller children, and and one thing about my children, they are not going to be they're going to cry if they're in a home or a situation where it's uncomfortable and they're not welcoming. With children, you have to have a welcoming spirit because children detect unwelcomed spirits, honey. And Jacqueline, unwelcome spirit, and I just read. Hold on, y'all. I just read the comments. I'm sorry. Come on now. She had the nerve to talk about other people's kids. Oh Lord. Anyway, but kids detect, smaller children detect unwanted, or if you make kids feel unwanted or you don't want to be bothered with them, they're gonna cry to be removed because that's all they know. And they probably was crying because Jacqueline wasn't understanding them. They were special needs. They probably wasn't getting their needs met. I ain't read no more comments. But I think that that's another reason why Orrin Orson cried, because the unwelcoming spirits. Asked what he meant when he told the officer Orrin Orson went to the place they used to live. The boy said they went home. Child, the baby said he went home. Said they went home. So whatever home they went to, it wasn't in Cal City. That's what he's saying. So restored Tori Stallings begun cross-examination. She asked what he did to eat that day, how he got there. The boy told her what he had to eat and that someone drove him to court. The boy said he has been in the courtroom before. Yeah. Tori Stallings went over the difference between truth, lies, and mistakes with the boy. The boy said his mom was a good teacher. He was homeschooled by Jacqueline. He said every memory is his favorite memory of his mom and dad. Oh. The attorney, Victor Nelson, handed a tissue to Trezell and Jacqueline West. Oh, that's so sweet. But y'all responsible for putting these children through this shit. Now I got oh, how long I got? What time? 10:22. So y'all, do y'all want to do Tuesdays? Work on a little bit of Tuesday, or what do y'all want to wait till tomorrow? I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow. But honestly, I do believe that, the kids, Orrin and Orson did not, I believe Orrin and Orson did not make it to Cal City. I have determined in my spirit, and I have determined by reading and understanding and going through the trial in the kids' testimony that Orrin and Orson did not make it to the okay. Yes, boys do cry a lot because Jamel, he cried a lot. My baby, he cried a lot, Lord, but I kind of understand why now. That's why I say, if you dealing with someone that is special needs, they go on vibes. If you're dealing with a child that has been through traumatic situations or has been in a bad situation, they, what I'm saying, they go off vibe. Kids just want to be loved, man. Give kids appropriate love. Reese, you cracking jokes today, baby, baby. You cracking jokes today, honey. You cracking jokes today. So we're gonna try to make it through. We're gonna make it to lunch. Then I gotta go to bed, y'all, because I ain't been sleeping well. And that's because I be on my phone and I need to rest. And I need to get in bed. Um, y'all give me 1 minute. I got to do something here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. Let me remove this off the screen. Y'all give me a minute. Let me find the stuff right quick. Hold on. Woo. So, court has been in recess since 9 o'clock. So we need to go to May 2nd. My internet is a little slow, so just give me my computer is anyway. Ooh, it takes a minute. That's why you don't need to get behind because you have to go 52 through these tweaks, child. On May the 2nd. There be a lot going on in Kern County. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me. Okay. Okay. So, all right, y'all. We back in action. Y'all ready? Hey, Lakeisha girl, how you doing? Yeah, basically. How you doing today? Good to see you. All right, y'all. So it says here the trial has begun. The 9-year-old biological son on the West Stand, he's being on the witness stuff getting crossed up witness stand, and he's being cross-examined by Alexia Torres. Let's get it. So it says here the West are charged with the murder. It says here we know that a sidebar has been called. The sidebar was called after prosecutor. Let me look here. So what it said about the sidebar was called after prosecutor Eric Smith objected to Torres Stalin asking the boy where he lives now. Yeah, that ain't nobody business where the baby live now. She ain't asked no other. See, she ain't asked none of the other children where they lived at. But she be running out. She surely do. But the child does testify who to the people he lives with. Torres Stalin is asking if others in the home have talked about his parents. He said no, but he has seen them on TV. That's sad when you sitting there watching the news and you see your parents on TV because of a disappearance of two little boys that they adopted. He said he saw them on TV once a long time ago, so they don't really get to watch the news like that. The boy has talked about sleeping arrangement. He said he and some of his brothers were in Cal City home for a long time, but he couldn't remember how long Ori and Orson were there. The boy said Ori and Orson would be at the dining room table and eat there with the rest of the family. Torres Stallings has finished your question. On redirect, prosecutor Eric Smith asked who disciplined him and his brother. He said no and doesn't remember who disciplined Orrin Orson. Um, the boy confirmed that when asked how long Orrin Orson lived at the Cal City home, he said he didn't know. On recross, the boy said his father would sometimes talk to him when he made a mistake, like running in the house. The boy has been excused. The next witness will be using Spanish language interpreter. So this is somebody from Jackson family. After this witness is expected, the West's eldest biological son will take the stand. Maria Cardenas Flores has been called to the Jacqueline's West mother has known her 20 years. So Maria Cardenas Flores she knows Maria Martinez, Jacqueline's West mother. Flores testified in December 2020 she lived at the home on Oakdale Drive. She said she doesn't recall giving items like a shelf and lumber to Trezell and Jacqueline West and doesn't remember coming to her home. Smith asked if the West stayed at her home at some time in 2021. She said they slept over at a section all the way in the back. They stayed there for about a month and then the police came and took them out, Flores said. Smith asked about the garage. She said she stores personal things there. Smith ended his question. These people sure don't remember nothing. Fatima Rodriguez, one of the attorneys representing Jacqueline, has begun cross-examination. Flores agreed she let the West stay in her home as a favor to Jacqueline's mother. She said she never spoke with them about the case. The West slept in their car on her residence and then stayed inside the house itself. So they slept in the car. Flores said she remembers Jacqueline and her mother coming to her house to get a bookshelf, but it didn't fit in their van. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Now I know I ain't tripping. Hold on. I know I ain't tripping. Now I know I'm not tripping. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back. But then she said she didn't remember. Flores testified in December she doesn't recall giving items like a shelf and lumber to Giselle and Jacqueline West. Now, y'all, she done got caught on the stand line already, and I done caught this shit. I'm doing good, baby. Thank you. Now, y'all, I hope the jury knows that she is not credible and she's a liar. She don't get caught. They did not catch that recent. I caught it. Now, how you gonna tell prosecution you don't remember, but gonna tell the defense you remember giving it to Jacqueline and her mom? So you do remember giving it to Jacqueline and her mama, but not Jack. But you don't remember giving Trezell and Jacqueline. Only difference is the people. Only person that you gave, you could have just said, yes, I gave it to Jacqueline and her mother. She's a liar. She's not credible. She's not. They shouldn't even call her on the stand. They're caught in a lie already. Whew. Look, it said that this the prosecution witness. Child coming to her house to get a bookshelf, but it didn't fit in their van. Read this. Said she didn't help them put the bookshelf in the van. Under questioning by Rodriguez, she said she didn't look in the van. So they ended the questioning. Flores has been excused. Child, these people, well, baby, they don't do nothing but lie. They didn't do nothing but lie. They liars. So it says here the West's eldest biological son has been called to the stand. This is the child who Smith said told police he saw Orrin die at the apartment in Bakersfield. Jeez, let's get into this, y'all. Then I'm going to bed. He's 12 years old and is in the 7th grade. The boy says science is his favorite subject. He says sometimes he plays with his brothers. The boy pointed out Trezell West and said that was his father and Jacqueline and that was his mother. The boy testified he remembers the apartment they lived at in Bakerville. He said he remembers moving to Cal City. He said all his brothers slept in the same room. They had mattresses on the floor. Huh? Smith showed the boy a drawing of the drawing the boy had made. The boy said he made it to show the sleeping arrangement of him and his brothers at the apartment. Orrin slept next to one of the other adopted children, and Orson also slept next to another of the West adopted children. The boy said he said the mattress went with them to Cal City. So where did the bump beds come into play? Like these kids, some. Now I think this is a credible testimony right here. I don't know about the mother children, but this right here gonna be the one. This seems like the truth. Cause it ain't no I don't remember. This is the truth. And I'm glad that he's standing in his truth because the rest of them, I don't know. It says here, the boy said he didn't see Orrin or Orson being disciplined. He said his father spanked him if he did something bad. He said his father usually used his hand. He didn't see him spank Orrin or Orson. So Trezell, ain't nothing wrong with spanking your children with the hands as long as you don't abuse them. So the Smith showed the boy a photo. The boy said his dad made it and it was kept for self-defense. Defense. It's a stick. It says shown another photo. The boy said he believes the apartment where they live. He said his parents bought a home in Cal City in 2020. The boy said he was excited his parents bought a home in Cal City. He said he doesn't remember how many rooms it had and how big it was. The boy recognized the house when Smith showed him a photo. The boy said everybody moved to the Cal City house, including Orrin and Orson. The boy said he remembered an incident in Bakersfield where Orrin threw up, and he doesn't remember when it happened or what time of day. He believed it was morning. The boy said he saw Orrin throwing up. He said he's not sure what happened to Orrin. He said he doesn't remember much about it. The boy said he saw vomit, and he said he's not really sure what he meant when he told Orrin's color was fading. The boy said he's not sure if Orrin was taken somewhere while they were in the apartment in Bakersfield. Showing a picture of his room in Cal City, the boy said he slept in the top bunk. His biological brother slept in the middle, and he believes Orson slept in the bottom bunk. He said he's not sure if Orson slept in the bottom. The boy said he was homeschooled in Cal City. Smith showed a photo of what the boy said was their room. He said he and his three of his brothers went to the schoolroom. There was a police coming to his grandmother's house and being questioned. The boy said he tried to tell the police the truth. Smith is going to play the videos of the boy's interview with police. The boy said he recognizes himself in the videos. Transcripts of the interview was being handed out to the jury. The video was playing. The boy was 10 at the time. The boy said he knows the difference between a lie and the truth. If he does something wrong at home, we get talked to by dad, the boy says. The boy said he knows it's wrong to hurt or kill someone. He said he knows it's against the law and it's just wrong because why would you want to kill somebody? Right, just because they crying. The boy says he likes being at home and has a bunch of toys. He says Orson weren't with them when they got dropped off at his grandmother's house. He doesn't know where they got dropped off, but his parents dropped them off a while ago. He said it was weeks ago. The boy said his parents told him they were dropping Orson off at their grandparents' house. The boy says Orrin and Orson went to Cal City House with them. The boy has clarified in his answer and says Orrin went to his grandmother's house before they moved to Cal City, and Orson went after they moved. So the video is over. Smith is continuing the questioning to the boy. The boy said he doesn't remember telling the officer the boys had been gone for weeks. So now you don't remember nothing because you're trying to protect your mom and daddy from going to jail. Child, he said he remembers a little bit talking with another person after the officer. He said he doesn't remember what type of question she asked. The interview the boy had with that person will be played by Cap. The woman asked him to tell her about his dog, which he does. He gives the description of the three dogs. The boy talks about being at his grandmother's house. He said his parents dropped him off at his grandmother's house on the 19th. The woman asked where's Orrin and Orson are. The boy says at their grandmother's house. He said they went there before this month. He said his parents told him the boys were at their grandparents' house, and he says the boys weren't around for Thanksgiving or Halloween. Now y'all read that. Thanksgiving. So um he said he believes they left after they moved. The boy said he doesn't remember what month they moved to Cal City. The boy says Orrin and Orson were around for his birthday in June and were there in July for one of his brother's birthdays. He says Orrin and Orson went to their grandmother's house a couple of days after we moved. The boy said he hasn't seen Orrin and Orson since then. He says his parents didn't tell him how long the boys were going to stay with their grandmother. The woman steps out the room. She returns to Quinn, continues asking questions. The boy agrees. It's a long time for Orrin and Orson to be at the grandmother's house. He said his parents didn't say why the boys went there. Why do you think I'm asking you a question about Orrin and Orson? The woman asks. I don't know, the boy says. The woman finished questioning him and they leave the room. Smith stopped the video. Court is in recess. Court is back in session with the 12-year-old boy on the stand. Let me go find the rest. Let me finish this out, y'all. I got to finish this out now. Y'all done got me interested. So I got to finish this out. And then we'll do tomorrow. We'll do Wanda West tomorrow. Y'all, let me tell y'all something about Wanda West. Child. Today I was listening to Wanda West. She was on vacation, but child, she acted like she couldn't hear nothing. She couldn't hear nothing. She acted like she couldn't hear nothing. Um, give me a minute. Give me a minute, y'all. Because I done got intrigued about this. This boy testimony was all day. Like, um, this little boy testimony was all day. So, um, but Miss Flores is a liar. How you gonna say in one instance you didn't give them the shelf and the other stuff, and then in another breath, talking to defense, you did? Y'all see where this trial is going, right? Child, let's get back from break. I found it. This is that woman caught in a lie. They didn't even catch it. Y'all know, y'all won't get away with murder. Here it is. Y'all want this for the investigation. Here it is. They did a piss poor investigation. I honestly do believe that. They did all what they can. You know, they did. If they get a conviction, good. But whoo, jeez. All right, y'all. So Tori Stalin um, is we're back, and Miss Stallings is cross-examining this Jacqueline's them oldest son. I know. They don't 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 know because they know what's going on now, and they don't want their mom and dad in jail for the rest of their life. So Tori Stalin was cross-examining. She asked when they moved to Cal City. There were multiple objections, and the judge called a sidebar. They're back. Tori Stalin is asking about December 2020 and when he went to his grandmama's house. The boy said Orrin and Orson were not in the van. He said he doesn't remember the last time he saw them and doesn't remember seeing the last time he saw them as being in the van when dropped off at his grandmama's house. So they weren't in the van. Forrest Stallings asked him look at the transcript taken from the prior time he had testified. He said he doesn't remember saying that Orrin and Orson were in the van. So he's saying he don't remember them being in the van. Torres Stallings asked if he promised to tell the truth at that hearing. He said he believes so. He said he doesn't know why he said they were in the van back then, but is now saying they weren't. Um, she ended her questioning. I guess she said he useless. Can't get it off now. So that was yesterday, and that ended her questioning, and the boy has been excused. Was set to recess for 9 a.m. today. So do y'all want to, what time is it? Now it's 10:47. No, they were not in the van. Do y'all want to go to today? We're just gonna do Wanda West, child. I can't do nothing else but Wanda West. Cause child, I'm tired. And it's late. Um, but we can save that for tomorrow. But I honestly want you guys' opinions on this children's testimony. Like this, the oldest child I know I read that part where the oldest child. Hold on, y'all, because some of the stuff you said, let's get it. Hold on, y'all, because I'm missing some of this. Um, and I'm just breezing through. But I know one of the older child said that he saw him, Orrin, or it was Orrin or Orson, face discolored, and the parents said that they was going to be taken from them, so he had to. We're gonna get it. Hold on, let me get it. And even if I gotta read it off my phone, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Because their boy testimony was longer than that. That was an all day thing. Yeah, I do too. Jamel, go take that popcorn out. You supposed to be in bed. You got it on what? Go take it out now. That's enough. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm missing some of this stuff. Um, shoot. Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna have to read this out to y'all. Um, I know. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so when the court went to recess, I got to go back to this little boy testimony because I missed a lot. Sorry, y'all. It says here the video is playing. The boy enters the same room as before and has a seat in the chair while the woman who previously interviewed him has sat on the couch. The boy said he's been crying because he's been taken away from his parents' child. We got to get into this. I done missed some stuff. Okay, they went to recess. Court back in session. He still is being questioned by prosecutor Eric Smith. The boy said, this is from yesterday, that the boy said he doesn't really remember that much, doesn't really remember Orson going to the grandmother's. The boy said he doesn't remember what his parents told him about Orson coming back. Smith is asking the child to look at the transcript of the interview and what he said back then. The boy said his parents told him Orson will return after spending time at the grandmother's house. Smith is directing the boy to another part of the transcript and asking him to read it. The boy said he was asked to put a time as to when Orson went to their grandmother's, and he said it happened a couple of days after they moved. The boy read another part of the transcript as Smith behest, and he said his answer when asked if he had seen the boys after they went to their grandmother's. He said no. Oh, God, hold on, y'all, because this is a lot. And for her to do them like that, and you know, I'm just gonna read these out to y'all. I may do the Wanda West tomorrow, because I'm getting tired. Because it's still so they basically interviewed the eldest child all day Tuesday. I just got to get to it and finish it out. Hold on, it's best to use my phone right now. Okay, so um, what he was. Okay. Oh, so much. Okay, so it says the boy said his parents told him Orson will return after spending time at the grandmother's house. Smith is directing the boy to another part of the transcript. So Smith is going to play a video of the second interview the boy had with the woman. The first interview occurred December the 22nd, the second one on December the 28th. Attorney Timothy Hennessy had asked for a sidebar, and the judge and attorneys are leaving the room. They have returned. The video will be played. The video is playing. The boys enters the same room as before and has a seat in the chair while the woman who previously interviewed him has a seat on the couch. The boy says he's been crying because he's been taken away from his parents. He says it's because Oren and Orson are missing. He says Oren choked while he was sleeping. Oh Lord, check this out, y'all. I didn't read this part. He says it happened at the apartment they lived at in Bakersville. If this was an accident, why y'all dumbasses just didn't call the police and we wouldn't be in this situation? What the hell? But anyway, y'all are cussing. Hold on. It says the boy says Oren was throwing up. The next morning, his parents found Oren. He says his parents told him about it and asked him if they should keep it a secret. Oren had taken Orson's drink. Nothing happened to him. They just went to bed, the boy says. He said he saw Oren the next morning. The boy said Oren was on his belly in the morning and they realized he had choked when his parents tried to wake him up. The boy said his parents were crying when they told him about Oren. Says the boy says Oren colors were fading. If his colors was fading, y'all, this was the opportunity for y'all dumbasses to call 911. When this is my commentary, I'm sorry. When he saw him, he says his parents asked him if they should call an ambulance, and he told them no because his parents said he would be taken away. Now, how would the children be taken away if this was an accident? How would answer this question? If the child was throwing up in his sleep, that means that he choked on his vomit. Or y'all gave him something or punched the baby in his stomach. The boy said he doesn't know what happened to Oren after that. He says his parents told the other brother boys Oren went to their grandmothers to keep it a secret from the others. The boy said he touched Oren's body and it was cold. The boy said Orson went to Cal City with them. He says he thinks Oren died a week before they moved and that Orson was taken to his grandmother's house 4 days after the move. He said Orson never came back. He said he was asleep when his parents took Orson. The boy says sometimes his parents used their hands to smack the boys or a paddle stick. He says he got hit with it once. Everyone got hit with it. He says they deserved it. One of the children, not Oren, was forced to take cold showers if he peed while sleeping. The boy said. The boy said his parents chopped up Oren's food using a blender, then put it in a bottle. They didn't want him chewing with his mouth open, he says. Oren later stole Orson's drink, then they went to bed. The boy said his parents told Orson to punch. Okay, I read that. But the boy did say he heard noises, but thought it in his sleep, but thought it was normal because Orson always made noises. And Oren was dead the next day. The woman steps out the room. The woman returns. The boy says he doesn't know what his parents did with Oren. The woman is asking him about the placement of the bed in the room. The boy said he was excited when they moved to the new house in Cal City. He says there was a bunk bed for Oren in the house because his parents didn't want to let the others know what happened to him. So y'all staged this whole entire damn thing. It says the woman gets that water for the boy and asks more questions. The boy talks about wondering why the police showed up at his grandmother's house. He says he thought the original parents called police because they saw something happen to Oren and Orson. The boy said he saw Orson months ago and the video has ended. Court is in recess till 1:35. Now I believe that's the truth. What y'all think? What y'all think? I don't even feel like reading Tora Stalin's cross examination because she get on my nerves. But I'm gonna leave that right there. I think that's what happened. Something happened if they whoop them to make they may have been torturing them children just a little bit. Somebody may have punched one of them children or did something to those children. Boy, boy, boy. Take this as a lesson. If you do not like children, if you can't tolerate children, you can't tolerate crime, you can't tolerate disrespectful children and all that, don't get these kids that these children that have been taken into foster care that has been in a tumultuous situation and all of that. We we don't know. I think Orson, like Chris said, could have been sold off, or they could have strangled him to death because they don't want to see him chew with his mouth open. Well, then chew, just help him. He was special needs. Yes, and it ain't at the grandmama house. I don't know where them babies at. You mean mouth closed? Yes, with their mouth closed. I tell my kids that all the time. We'll finish this out tomorrow, y'all. I'm just Jesus. Y'all, I'm about to go to bed. But I definitely want to let you guys know that we will discuss this tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Friday. I may be 2 days behind, but we'll catch it up. But um this was the most important part of this trial. If they wanted this conviction, they had to bring in they had to bring in the children. That's the only thing prosecution really got is the children. Um they don't have any bodies. They don't have any physical evidence that blood or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Whatever they did with the body, they got rid of them. I don't know if Warren's still living, but my heart goes out to the mother because I know to sit here through this trial and listen, it has to be horrible. The biological, knowing that you did all what you can to get your children back, and guess what they do? You give them to people that don't give a rat's butt about them and torture them, and then you let the baby was vomiting and yeah, they were hiding because the children has already let it be known that they were not in the van. So I agree with that, but they got to find out what. Child, I let me go to bed. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Um, and I pray that the kids get some justice. Exactly. And knowing that the police is right there. So they probably scared out of their little minds. Scared out of their mind. I don't even know what to say. Right. But see, they had to call the police because and then for the child to say that they wasn't around for Halloween or Thanksgiving, like they knew they had to come up with something. They had to come up with something. They had to come up with something. So mm, mm, mm. Poor babies. Anyway, y'all, we'll finish this out. Y'all, prosecution should rest by Friday. So we'll get through it. If we don't, we'll finish it all up no later and see what the two defenses will come up with. I don't know what the hell they're gonna come up with because they still gotta explain why the kids didn't make it to Cal City. They gotta explain why they're still missing and why Jacqueline regrets calling the police. We got a lot to decipher through, guys. I'm about to go to bed because I'm tired. Um, Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I welcome you here to give your point of view. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It is my, it's our point of view because it's all of the ones that listening in the bushes. I do want to say I do agree that the investigators did a piss poor investigation, and for them to catch a lie for investigation and a little bit slow on the prosecution. Anyway, y'all, that's all what I got for tonight. Y'all have a good night. And I'm gonna go to bed. Peace.